Most people still underestimate the power of AI, especially when it comes to using tools like NotebookLM. Most people you see, they use NotebookLM as a normal chat interface. Some of them use it just for their normal regular browsing, and some just use it for just research, which is very good. You can research any topic you want to look for, and you can also find in-depth report and in-depth sources on what you're looking for. So that's a very good aspect of what you can use NotebookLM for. But today I'll show you that there's so much more that you can do with NotebookLM, especially when it comes to taking your research or your sources or your information to the next level. In this video, I will show you exactly how you can create a working app, a working application, either a web app or a mobile app using the sources and information you found from NotebookLM. So we'll look at it deeply and I'll explain in depth on how you can go through this step by step. So just stay tuned, relax, and enjoy this video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Eric. I'm a digital portfolio manager and I'm also an AI specialist as well. So I'll be breaking this down step by step for you so you understand how to take your information or how to take your sources, your raw sources, and convert them into a working application that you can use on your phone or you can even use on the website. Now, if you're new to NotebookLM, this is the interface you see when you go to notebooklm.google.com. And if you're just logging in for the first time with your Gmail account, you probably might not have any notebook created already. So you have to create a new notebook based on what you want to research for or what you want to find sources on. So you go to this icon and you click on this create new notebook, and on this page you'll find different interfaces. It has 3 different separate interfaces, more like 3 different layers. So on this part of it you can search for anything. If you don't have your sources already to upload, you can just type in the word you want to search for, and you can either go using fast research or you can do the deep research. Deep research gives you more in-depth information on what you need to get and helps you get much more sources that you can reference or you can find information from. And you can either search on the web or you can search on your Google Drive. On this part, you'll be able to interact with the LLM. You'll be able to ask it some questions and it will go deep into your sources and give you answers just from those sources you've uploaded or from those sources you've been able to find from the internet. And on this part of it is where you have the studio. So this is where you'll be able to create different assets with the information you have or with the sources you've been able to gather from the internet. So you can create like a podcast, an audio overview, you can create a video overview, you can create a mind map, you can create a report, you can create a flashcard, you can create quizzes, you can create infographic, and you can create slide deck and data table. Now it is very interesting because one good part about this is that if you create an audio overview, you have basically 2 different presenters talking about that particular subject you want them to talk about. So you see them interacting about it, trying to break down complex topics for you to a smaller chunk for you to be able to understand what they're talking about. And you can also ask them questions here. You can interact with them, ask them questions based on what they're talking about, and if you don't understand, they will explain better and they'll also continue the presentation for you. So now let's say you have your sources you want to create, you have your sources you want to find information from, or you want to create an application from. So you can either click on this to upload your sources. You can also upload files. You can upload YouTube URL. If you have a YouTube link that you want to find information from, you can upload a YouTube URL, and you can also upload Drive from your Google. You can also upload from your Google Drive if you have PDF or if you have Word document, or if you have audio podcast or audio files, you can also upload them as well. You can also copy and paste text information. If you have them in text format, just copy and paste. So anything you added here will act as your source or will be used as your source going forward. So now let's say we want to create an app or a web app about healthy living, and we don't have any information, we don't have any source about healthy living or how to stay healthy in 2026. So what I'll just do, basically we'll just search here how to stay, no, I think let me do how to lose belly fat in 2026. So this seems to be like something that most people have been struggling with, and I myself I also want to lose a bit of belly fat. So basically, let's just look for this, and I'll go with the deep research so I can get in-depth information about losing belly fat, which will also in the long run help me as well. So now you click on go. So this could take about from a minute to about 3 minutes, depending on how many sources they're able to gather from the internet. So once they gather the sources, you'll be able to see everything, all the sources. You can view all your sources. You can tick out anyone you don't want, and you can just allow them to just be added to your notebook. So with this, you have enough information or enough material to be able to work with and to be able to create that web application or mobile application that you intend to create. So let's just give it some time and allow it to run. So it has finished running, and it has gathered enough sources for us to be able to create our application with. Now we can see that it has top 50 sources. If you click on view, you'll be able to view all your sources, and you'll be able to see a breakdown of the information it has from the sources. It has given you a deep report or in-depth report on the information it has as regards that topic you ask it to search for, and you can scroll down to read through everything it has here, and you can also scroll down to see the different sources it has gathered and where it has gotten them from. So these are the different sources it has, a total of I think about 51 sources which it has been able to gather. So what you need to do next is to import these sources. So when you click on this import button, it moves all the sources into your notebook. So now you have a complete source, a complete 51 different documents which has in-depth information as regard how to lose belly fat. So this will definitely help you in terms of creating the project. Now you can see some of these sources will be in red. There are some that you won't be able to import because either they are behind firewalls, or they are behind paywalls, or some of their security reasons. So you just basically have to click on these three dots, and remove all failed sources. So now we're left with just the one to be able to use, just 31 sources. Now for this, you still have enough sources to be able to create the kind of app you'd want to create, and you have everything you need. So you can go ahead from here and ask it some questions about what you want it to do, or how you want it to help you get better result or better information. But this is not the reason for this video. The reason for this video is to be able to create an application from the sources we have gathered so far. So this is what we'll be looking at so far. This is what we'll be looking at going forward. So now these are the sources. You can rename it wherever you want, or you can just refresh it and it automatically renames it with what it thinks is the best title for it. So it gives it 2026 Modern Weight Management, Tech, Science and Sustainable Fat Loss. So it has gone ahead to rename the entire notebook for you. You can also change that if you don't like that, but you can just let it go. So I'll just let it go just for us to be able to go ahead and achieve what we want to achieve, which is creating an app, and also using that for creating the app. You can also do different things on this side of on the studio part of it, create an overview or audio overview, video overview, but we're not looking at this at the moment. We'll look at this on a separate video, but for this video, let's just go straight into creating that app. Now for you to be able to do that, you need to go through Google Gemini. If you have a Gemini account, I'm sure you'll be able to do this. You just have to log in with your Gmail account and you'll be able to find yourself on this page. But if you don't have the Gemini Pro account, you might not be able to get that option to create that. But basically, if you have Gemini Pro account, all you just need to do is to click on this cross icon and scroll down to notebook. So when you click on notebook, it brings up all the different notebooks that you have. So you just have to select the one you want to work with or the one you want to create the app with. And this is the one we just created, the 2026 Modern Weight Management. And once I click on this, I add it to the chart. Then I'll now have to prompt Gemini on the kind of app that I want to create. I can tell it what I want to create, what I want it to look like, and it will be able to give me exactly that particular app. Now, once you've been able to add the notebook that you want to create the app from, so what you just basically need to do is to give it an instruction on how you want it to create the app and how you want the app to look. So basically, I have this detailed instruction that I will just copy and paste. So I'll just get that up just to see. So this prompt to make your art look a lot different and make it look very unique to your own branding and taste. So this is a prompt that says that you're a senior product designer and a staff front-end engineer with 10 years plus experience, specializing in premium consumer health, fitness, SaaS. So basically it talked about the context, talks about how it should look, talks about the action that it should take. So this is a well-detailed prompt that will help the AI understand exactly what I want and to help this app look unique to my own style and different from what every other person creates out there. So the thing about AI is that if you're giving it the prompt for you to create, or if you're telling it to create an app or a web application for you, it uses a generic style, a generic generic color scheme, generic fonts, which every other person uses out there. So it makes your app look like exactly what the next person has created. But if you give a detailed prompt that explains exactly what you want, explain the kind of color you want, explain even what you don't want to see on the app. So this gives you a very professional feel and a very professional look compared to what every other person has been creating out there. So after giving it the prompt on what you want your app to look like, then you have to select the option for canvas. Select the option for canvas so you'll be able to preview the app on this platform. Then once you're done, I usually like to select the Pro, which is the Gemini 3 Pro. And let's see, yeah, Gemini 3 Pro. So once I select that, then I click on submit and it goes ahead to start creating the app. So this can take about let's say a minute to like 2-3 minutes, and once that's done, you'll be able to see the code and you'll be able to preview the app and see exactly what the finished product looks like. So let's just give it some time and allow it to cook. So once it's done, we'll get back to see what it looks like. So while we waited for it to finish cooking, you can just see, and on the left side of it, see the detailed prompt, and you see what exactly it has come up with, the prompt that I gave it to be able to give me the exact app that I want. And this is the preview of what the app looks like. So let's see. Metabolic health system, science, not willpower. The sustainable approach to weight management for high performance, data-driven, clinically inspired, and designed for your life. So you can see this is basically, this will be tailored to every individual that wants to lose weight or that wants to understand how it works. So you have an assessment. If you don't have an account, you have an assessment. You click on this and you ask you some questions. Let's calibrate your profile. And what's your name? So this just created this with just one prompt, just the first prompt. I've not even had the time to iterate or to tell it to even do further thing or to change some things. It's because of the power of this prompt that I gave it. If you're giving it a generic prompt, like you just say you want to create an app for this or create an app for that, it gives you the usual thing that every other person out there created. I'll give you an example. Let me just quickly go back to one I did before now. So now this is one of the app I did about AI word creation blueprint. Now this looks good. This it's not very bad. Just one go prompt. So you just see I just asked it, where is the prompt again? I say based on the AI word blueprints on NotebookLM, create the code for a React web app that helps users understand this blueprint and how to apply them. Include a checklist feature and a progress bar. So it's just a simple prompt that I just gave it to create, and this is the generic template that I got at the end. So if you give it just a plain prompt, just to create this simple thing without telling it how you want it to look, what you want the color to look like, or what you want the fonts to look like, it gives you a generic template which every other person uses. If I create another app using just a simple prompt, I'll still get the same template. So you need to stand out from what every other person has been doing. You need to make yours look a bit different with an in-depth prompting. Now let's go back to our app. So this is the app. You see it looks very unique. It even looks like a well-polished, a well-tushed app, even with an image of a guy that looks like he's very fit. And so now if you go to start assessment, it asks you for your name. So I just type in Eric and sustainable. Okay, let's just create plan. Now it gives you the plan. Hello Eric, and this is what you see. So see, you have to make sure you do 8,000 steps, which is something that I've not been doing lately, and I think I should start doing that. Make sure I sleep for 7 hours plus, and yeah, that's it. So let's see amount of water you should drink, amount of weight you have, and you try and lose some weight and all that. So if I go to, let's say, trends, so today, so it gives me the total of what I need to expect for the next 3 weeks if I start working on this. And if I look at log and see, I can log my meal. Okay, so what I've actually logged as an activity in the past. Okay, so this is today's. So this is basically what it has given us. We can go ahead to ask it to even add more features, to even iterate more. And the good thing about using Gemini app is that you have the option to add AI to it. If I click on this add Gemini features, so it automatically adds AI feature to it, which helps it gives it more superpower to be able to even do much more than it can even do at the moment. So you'll see how it will improve the app, how it will even add some additional features that will make it much more better. So let's just give it some time to just update these features, and once that's done, we'll be able to see what it looks like, and we can even still go ahead and even still add more features to it, or you can even still go ahead and iterate more on it. So basically, if you, for things like this, before you create your app, you should have like an app of an app somewhere that you want to mirror or you want to replicate. You look at the features they have, you look at what they can do, you look at what they can what you can achieve with them, so you have enough information to feed Gemini with. So if you don't have enough information about what the app should look like, then you'll basically be creating a basic app or like an ordinary app. So you need to have an idea of what the app should do, what it should look like, or what it should be able to help the users with. So that way it gives you an idea of what you're working on or what you're trying to build. So that's basically it. And you can also see there's the option for us to see the code. If we want to still run through the code and see what it looks like, we can go through the code, and then you can preview the code here. So once it's done, you'll be able to share this and also with people that want to use the app, and people will have access to it, and you can also save it to cloud as well. We'll look at that feature shortly. So once the update is complete, you'll be able to see these other features. At the moment, they are grayed out, so you can't access them, you can't share, you can't save to cloud, but we'll just give it some time. So once it completes the update, you'll be able to see everything it has, and we can look at how we can download this app and also use that as our mobile app, and also use that as our web app as well. So let's see. Now it has completed the update, and let's see what it has added. So let's say I already have an account, and say I add Eric again, create. Now it has daily briefing. So this daily briefing probably is the newest feature that it has added with its AI. I can just click on this to see what it does. So I think it's basically supposed to generate the briefing for me to see, but it says it hits an error. So I just ask it to fix that error instantly, and it will go ahead to fix the error itself and come back with the fixed results. So let's see what we can do here. Walk 8,000 steps, 7 hours, trend. Now it also added the option for AI coach. So you can see this button at the bottom here, AI coach. So basically you can ask the AI coach about advice or whatever you want to achieve, or how long it will take for you to achieve what you need to achieve, and basically any question relating to losing belly fat or also losing weight in general. Okay, so let's just give it some time just for it to complete what it's fixing. So once that is done, we'll be able to see what it has done, and we'll be able to see how we can use this. And let's see other features we can access from here. So basically, this is just how you'll be able to create a working app from the data or from your sources or NotebookLM. And the good thing about this is that you're not just creating an application without an information, or without a source, or without and accurate information. So it gives you create that information based on what it has researched on the internet. So you know that you have you have an application that knows a whole lot, an application that has the details, that has the sources that they get information from, and not just an application that can hallucinate or that can just give you any false or random information. So basically, this would help you get the best out of any application you would want to create, and you also see the result once you start using it. Okay, so it has finished updating. Let's just look at it and see what it has added. I would add my name again, Eric, and create plan. And let's see, okay, before we look at daily brief, let's also ask the coach some question and see what it says. So food analyst, kitchen alchemy. Okay, so food and kitchen is also part of helping you to lose belly fat. So you need to understand basically what to eat and what not to eat. So now if we go to log as well, you can see still see this AI food analyst, where you can ask it question, any question about the kind of food that you eat, and it will be able to break it down and explain to you why you should or why you should not eat that kind of food anymore if you want to lose belly fat. And you can look at, let's say, the daily briefing. Daily briefing service is busy, so I don't know why the service is busy. I don't know how many people is using the new app that I just created, but basically that's why it says service is busy. So just give it some time and try again. So basically this is just a 1 or 2 shots on creating this app. Now the idea is just for us to understand that with this you'll create a much more tailored and detailed app based on the sources you have on NotebookLM. So you're not just creating any random app, you're not just creating any app without the proper research. You have the research information, you have the material ready. So with that, you'll be able to create an active app that you can use and that should work properly for you. So basically, I don't know why it's saying service busy. Probably there might be an error or something, but that can also be fixed. I can still go back and iterate and ask it to fix that, and ask it why it's giving me that service error, and it will still go ahead and fix that and make sure it's working. So this is how you create a working app using the sources you got from NotebookLM. And if you want to understand more in depth about creating app or also vibe coding, I'll be creating more video and I'll be dropping more video about vibe coding in much more details, and I'll use anti-gravity and also Cloud Code. So I'll suggest you click the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, and stay tuned for the next video because you'll get a whole lot of vibe coding. And basically, I don't know how to code. I'm not a programmer. I don't know how to write a single line of code, but I've created so many working apps that I can use and also sell to clients. And I also urge you to stay tuned so you understand how this works and you're able to flow along with the future, because vibe coding is the way forward. With AI like this, with AI like anti-gravity, and also with Cloud Code, you can vibe code any application on or any website you can think of or you want to have, and to do that within minutes or within a few hours for you, and you have a fully working application or a fully working website which you can showcase or which you can use for your own business as well. Stay tuned and make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.